I'm back with part 2 of my very big book haul. And I am just going to dive right in so that we can get through all the books that I have to share with you that I got at my library book sale. Hello book friends, I'm Jen and welcome to my reading life. Today I am back with the second part of my book haul, which is going to feature all the books that I found at my local library's book sale, which happened last weekend. And I found a really wonderful stack of books and I cannot wait to share them with you. So grab a cup of tea and let's dive right in. The first 2 books that I found were actually books I've already read, but one of them I only have on my Kindle and the other one is a favorite author and I love to collect different editions of her books, and I've never seen this one before. First up is Up the Down Staircase by Belle Kaufman, and this is a book about a teacher in a New York City public school. It takes place in like the late 50s, early 60s. This is a fictionalized account of Belle Kaufman's own experience teaching, and it is so funny, so wonderful. I think if you're a teacher, you would probably love this and completely relate to it, and I really think it has withstood the test of time, even though it was written, you know, well over 50, 60 years ago, that you can read this and really still get enjoyment out of it. And it's so fun because it has, you know, lots of conversations, memos back and forth. This is, you know, long before emails and all of that. And just, it's really written in a fun way. And she, you know, she does lots of lists and she'll have things crossed out. And it feels very much like, you know, she's relaying her sort of, you know, thoughts and diaries from this time that she was a teacher. And it's really wonderful, and I love this very vintagey cover, and I'm so excited to have this on my bookshelf because I read it last January and it was one of my favorite books from last year, and I definitely want to read it again. And then the second book I found that I own by Mary Stewart, one of my favorite authors, is Madam, Will You Talk? And I just love this cover. You know, everything at the library book sale is like 50 cents or $1, and I just couldn't pass this up. And I'm excited to have this one on my bookshelf. Okay, then next up were some mysteries that I found, and the first were 2 by Niall Marsh, and that is Killer Dolphin and Singing in the Shrouds. And I think these are kind of later. Yeah, this one is number 24 in the series, and this one is number 20, so a little ways down the series, but I really like these vintage covers. I just couldn't resist them, so they'll be there for me when I get to that point in the series. And then next I found a Josephine Tey book, The Singing Sands, and if you watch my TBR 24 and 24, I have The Man in the Queue by Josephine Tey on my to-read list for this year, and I will definitely like to read more Inspector Grant mysteries, so this is going on my shelf, and this is number 6 in the series. And then my new favorite obsession, Mrs. Polifax. This is Mrs. Polifax and the Golden Triangle by Dorothy Gilman. Had to have this one. Anytime I see these, I'm just going to pick them up because I love Mrs. Polifax. She's one of my new favorite characters. Okay, the next 2 books that I found, these are so lovely, and I could not believe they had some others from this series, but I just had to grab these 2 because I do have some books from this series on my shelf already, and I wasn't sure which ones I had and not, but I knew it wasn't these 2. And these are 2 Nancy Drew mysteries. This is The Clue of the Tapping Heels and The Hidden Window mystery. And I just love these like really old blue, I've never seen these before, blue Nancy Drews. And yes, these are just, yeah, this says copyright 1939. So these are, yeah, really wonderful. I'm very excited to like have these two sitting on my shelf somewhere. I feel like I need to give them the place of honor because they're so fun looking. So that was a great find. I mean, these were 50 cents. 50 cents. Okay, next was another book that I'm really excited about, and that is A House with Four Rooms by Rumer Godden. And apparently this is a memoir, as it says down the side. And I guess this is her second memoir. It's a sequel to her first volume of memoirs, A Time to Dance, No Time to Weep, which I guess I might need to find and read that first and then read this next. But I thought this would be fun to have because I do really love Rumer Godden, and I would love to learn more about her and her life because I don't really know that much about her personally, I don't think. So yes, I'm looking forward to reading that. Memoirs by creative types like writers or performers, dancers, singers, actors, those always entice me more than other types of biographies or memoirs, and sort of my one exception to wanting to read about something specific about someone's life, like a specific event or time period in their life. I'm happy to read entire memoirs and biographies about people who have lived their life in the creative sphere. That's just kind of where my interests lie. And then next is another classic children's book, and that is Swallows and Amazons by Arthur Ransom. And I've heard so much good stuff about this book, this series, and I think this is one of those books that maybe if you grew up in England, it was something that you wouldn't have missed, but I had never even heard of it until just a couple of years ago, and I'm very excited to have found this one. Yes. And I'm looking forward to reading it. So very piratey, adventure-y kind of a story, I do believe. There's just a quick little synopsis on here. I'll read this to you. The first title in Arthur Ransom's classic series, originally published in 1930, for children, for grown-ups, for anyone captivated by the world of adventure and imagination. Swallows and Amazons introduces the lovable Walker family, the camp on Wildcat Island, the able-bodied catboat Swallow, and the two intrepid Amazons, Nancy and Peggy Blackett. Okay. Sign me up. This might be a good summer read, I think. Love a good children's adventure story. Next was another amazing find. I saw this sitting on the table and I snatched it up as quick as I could. And that is Laughter on the Stairs by Beverly Nichols. And I don't know if you remember, but did I share that on here? I can't even remember if I shared this here or on my Bookstagram account, but a few months ago, I found the third book in this series, Sunlight on the Lawn, at the library bookstore, which is the same library that was having this book sale. And so they had this Laughter on the Stairs, which again is in pristine condition. And I'm so excited. Now I have books 2 and 3 from this series. So I just need to find book 1. That's it. I'm so excited. This was probably the best find that I found at the book sale that day. Don't you love it when books get you just really, really excited? Like, I think I might have squealed a little bit when I saw that one sitting on the table. I'm sure everybody around me thought that was strange, but that's just what happens sometimes when I get excited about books. Okay, next up was they had a stack of these sitting on the table, and I was like, this is really lovely. And it is the Christmas Carolers book in song and story. And I think it tells the story of Christmas songs. So like here's Silent Night. And on this side, I think there is information about the song and about, you know, how and why it was written. And then there's the music for the song and the lyrics as well on the opposite page. And it's just a whole book of Christmas songs. And my son is learning piano, and I thought, oh, well, maybe he could try, you know, learning some of these at Christmas time. I don't think the piano music is that complicated, but I thought I would also just like to read through the little stories attached to the songs because I love to learn, you know, little tidbits of information about that. And this is such a lovely little book. So yes, adding that to my Christmas book collection, which I will have to share later this year because I have quite a collection of Christmas books, and I really enjoy reading them during December. Okay, then the last book I found was also another really lovely find, and that is this beautiful, large edition of Lori Lee's As I Walked Out One Midsummer Morning. And this book is beautiful. And it has like paintings and illustrations. And this is a continuation of Lori Lee's memoirs that he started, or his autobiographical masterpiece, it says in here, Cider with Rosie. And so this is the sequel, which describes how in 1934, at the age of 19, he left home and walked to London and then traveled on foot through Spain, where he was trapped by the outbreak of the Civil War. So yes, this is his account of that. Have I read Cider with Rosie yet? No, I have not. But I did read Village Christmas and other notes on the English year, something along those lines. I read that with a group on Bookstagram back in November, I believe, of last year, and it was really lovely. Lori Lee's writing is really so beautiful, so descriptive, and I really want to read Cider with Rosie, and then I'm very curious to read this. Plus, this is just a beautiful book to have on either my shelf or perhaps my coffee table, because it is very large, bigger than my head. Okay, that was it. That was the whole book haul. Let me show you everything. Let's see if I can hold these all up. Here we go. I think this was like 13 or 14 books. That was a pretty good deal. Yeah. There they all are, all the books from the second part of my book haul. Ooh, almost dropped them. Phew. Well, I hope you enjoyed this video and seeing all of the new books that I have added to my shelves. I'm gonna have to make some room for sure. I may have to cull a few things, we will see. I would love to hear in the comments from you. Have you read any of these books? Is there anything here I should prioritize? Is there anything in this stack that looks really appealing to you that you would like to read? Let me know in the comments. I do love chatting books with you guys down there. And again, as always, if you could give this a like and hit that subscribe button if you aren't already subscribed. All your likes and subscribes really help my channel, help me to grow, and help me to continue bringing more bookish content to you. I'm so glad that you're here. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll be back with another video very soon. Bye.